Have you ever watched someone in their 70s climb a flight of stairs with ease, their steps light, their face glowing? Not with youth, but with vitality. Have you ever met someone who laughs with the energy of a teenager, moves with the ease of a dancer, and thinks with the sharpness of someone half their age? You look at them and wonder, how? What's their secret? Is it luck, genetics, or some magical supplement? The truth, according to science, is far simpler and far more empowering. You see, the difference between someone who ages gracefully and someone who ages rapidly isn't written in their DNA, it's written in their daily decisions. Every time you choose to move your body, sending a message to your cells, you're saying, I still need you. Stay young, stay strong. And the body listens. It's not about being perfect. It's not about chasing youth. It's about training your body to respond like it did when it was younger. Most people believe aging is a slow, inevitable decline. They think energy fades, muscles weaken, and joints stiffen simply because of birthdays. But new research tells us that's not entirely true. Scientists now understand that our bodies react to how we treat them, or the lack of it acts like a switch. If you move often, the switch flips on, cells repair themselves faster, mitochondria produce more energy, hormones stay balanced, and even your brain stays sharper. If you stop moving, that switch flips off and your body begins to drift toward decay. Think about it like this. Your body is a biological conversation between your cells and your actions. When you sit all day, your body says, we're shutting down. But when you lift, stretch, or walk, your body says, we're still alive, still capable. That's not philosophy, that's physiology. In one remarkable study from the Journal of Applied Physiology, researchers compared active older adults to sedentary ones of the same age. What they found was stunning. The muscles of the active group looked and functioned almost identically to those of people decades younger. Their blood vessels were more elastic, their metabolism more efficient, their hearts stronger. They weren't just surviving, they were reversing the markers of aging through consistent movement. Here's the powerful truth. Aging isn't just about getting older, it's about how you signal your body to age. Every choice you make, every movement or lack of movement becomes a command and your body obeys. If you tell it to rest forever, it will decay. But if you tell it to grow, to push, to move, it will adapt even at 70, even at 80. I've met people who started exercising in their 60s and felt better at 70 than they did at 40. Why? Because movement wakes up the parts of you that time tries to silence. It reactivates muscle fibers that haven't fired in years. It reignites hormones that fuel energy and repair. It brings blood back to the brain, clarity back to the mind, and purpose back to the heart. The first key to reversing aging then isn't a secret supplement or an exotic therapy. It's understanding this relationship between movement and youth. The fountain of youth doesn't flow from a bottle. It flows from within your own body, waiting to be activated. So when you move, whether it's a walk around the block, a stretch before bed, or lifting something a little heavier than yesterday, you're not just exercising, you're rewriting your body's future. You're reminding it that life isn't done with you yet. And the most beautiful part, your body always listens. No matter how old you are, no matter how long it's been, the moment you start moving, your body begins to rebuild. It remembers what it was designed to do, to adapt, to repair, to stay strong. That's not magic, that's science. That's biology at work on your side. Because aging is not the story of decline, it's the story of adaptation. And the first line of that story begins the moment you decide to move. Let's talk about something most people completely misunderstand about aging, the role of movement at the cellular level. You might think exercise is just about looking fit or keeping your heart healthy, but deep inside your body, every movement sends a biological signal that changes how your cells behave. When you move, your muscles don't just contract, they communicate. They release special proteins called myokines, often called hope molecules, because they literally tell your body to repair, rejuvenate, and grow stronger. Scientists now know that these tiny molecules can trigger powerful anti-aging effects. They help your mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells, work more efficiently. That means more energy, faster metabolism, sharper memory, and better focus. In simple terms, movement tells your cells, stay young. Think of your body like an orchestra. When you're inactive, some instruments stop playing. Your metabolism slows down, your immune system weakens, your hormones fall out of tune. But when you start moving, lifting, walking, stretching, you bring the entire orchestra back to life. Every part of your body starts to perform again in harmony. Your skin gets more oxygen, your joints get more fluid, your heart pumps stronger, and your brain releases endorphins, the chemistry of youth and joy. What's incredible is how fast this transformation begins. In one experiment from the Mayo Clinic, Older adults who started a simple interval training program showed changes in their muscle cells within weeks. The DNA in their cells began to repair itself more efficiently, their mitochondria multiplied, and their energy levels soared. Some participants literally reversed markers of aging by decades, not by taking a pill, but by moving their bodies with purpose. So when people say, "I'm too old to start exercising," they've got it backward. The science says you can't afford not to start. Every minute you move is a minute you're teaching your body how to stay young. It's not about working out harder, it's about working out smarter. Move in ways that challenge your heart, your strength, your balance. Keep your muscles talking to your brain. Keep your body talking to your cells. The truth is, aging isn't a countdown, it's a conversation. And movement is how you keep that conversation alive. Every stretch, every step, every deep breath is your body's way of saying, "I'm still here, I'm still capable, I'm still growing." That's the science and the miracle of movement. It's not just exercise, it's cellular youth in motion. Now, let's go even deeper, inside the very engine of your cells, where aging truly begins. Because if there's one thing scientists agree on, it's this: aging starts when your mitochondria start to slow down. These tiny powerhouses are what give every cell in your body its energy. They keep your heart beating, your brain thinking, your muscles moving. As the years pass, stress, poor diet, and inactivity begin to damage them. When mitochondria weaken, your energy drops, your recovery slows, and your body starts to feel older than it really is. Here's the exciting part. You can actually retrain your mitochondria to behave like they did when you were younger, and exercise is the most powerful way to do it. Every time you push your body, whether through a brisk walk, a resistance workout, or a short sprint, your cells sense a challenge. In response, your mitochondria multiply. They become stronger, more efficient, and more resilient. It's like upgrading the batteries in every cell of your body. In a landmark study from the Mayo Clinic, researchers found that older adults who performed high-intensity interval training, short bursts of effort followed by rest, literally reprogrammed their cells. Their mitochondria began functioning like those of people 30 years younger. Their insulin sensitivity improved, inflammation dropped, and energy production skyrocketed. It was as if time itself had slowed down inside their muscles. But mitochondria don't just power your body, they protect it. They're responsible for cleaning out damaged components, producing antioxidants, fighting off cellular stress. When they work well, you feel energetic, focused, and alive. When they falter, you feel tired, foggy, and fragile. That's why movement is so much more than exercise. It's mitochondrial medicine. Think about this every time you choose to move instead of sit, to climb the stairs instead of taking the elevator. You're telling your body, we still need energy. We still need life. And your body responds by building it, cell by cell. That's not just biology, that's the miracle of human adaptation. Books like Lifespan by Dr. David Sinclair talk about this very concept, the way your body's systems respond to mild stress by growing stronger. It's called hormesis. In simple terms, when you challenge your body just enough, it repairs itself better than before. That's what exercise does. It's controlled stress that sparks powerful repair. So if you've ever felt too tired to work out, remember this movement isn't draining your energy, it's creating it. Every heartbeat during a workout is a signal. Every drop of sweat is communication. You're not just burning calories, you're recharging your cells, reigniting your vitality, and rewriting how your body ages. Because the truth is, youth isn't measured in years, it's measured in energy. And energy starts in your mitochondria. Train them, and they will return the favor. They'll give you back your drive, your focus, and your spark. That's how science proves what wisdom has always known. When you move, you don't just add years to your life, you add life to your years. Let's talk about muscle, the most underrated secret to staying young. When people think about aging, they often picture wrinkles or gray hair. But the real marker of aging isn't what you see in the mirror. It's what's happening beneath your skin. It's the slow, silent loss of muscle. Scientists call it sarcopenia, the gradual decline in muscle mass and strength that starts as early as your 30s. But here's the good news, it's not inevitable. You can stop it. You can even reverse it. Muscle isn't just about looking strong, it's about staying alive longer and living better. Every pound of muscle you have is an active, protective organ. It controls your blood sugar, balances your hormones, boosts your metabolism, and keeps your bones dense and unbreakable. When you lose muscle, everything slows down: your energy, your metabolism, your balance, your confidence. But when you build muscle, your entire body wakes up. Here's something incredible in a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Researchers found that older adults who did simple resistance training 2 to 3 times a week not only built muscle but actually reversed biological markers of aging. Their bodies began functioning like those of people 20 years younger. Their insulin sensitivity improved, inflammation dropped, and their balance and coordination came back. Muscle is youth insurance. It's the reason a 70-year-old who lifts weights can have a metabolism like someone in their 40s. It's why an 80-year-old who trains can still climb stairs, garden, play with grandkids without fear. Muscle protects your independence. It's your body's armor against the fragility of time. And building it doesn't mean becoming a bodybuilder. It means challenging your body a little more each week. Push-ups on your kitchen counter, squats while brushing your teeth, lifting light dumbbells or resistance bands at home, even carrying your groceries like weights. Every repetition sends a message. We're still strong. We're still capable. In his book, Younger Next Year, Chris Crowley said it best. Exercise is the great signal. When you challenge your muscles, you tell your body that the game isn't over, that you're still in the fight. Your brain responds by releasing growth hormone, testosterone, and other youth-preserving chemicals that rebuild tissue, repair joints, and sharpen your mind. But let's be honest, building muscle isn't just physical, it's emotional. It gives you a sense of power, of purpose, of progress. You start to move differently, stand taller, and think clearer. That's not vanity, it's vitality. Because every time you lift something heavy, you're lifting more than weight. You're lifting your standards for how you want to age. So if you want to reverse aging, don't start with creams or supplements. Start with strength. Start with your muscles. Because when you rebuild them, you rebuild your body's entire foundation. And here's the most powerful part: your body doesn't care how old you are, it will respond. It always does. You give it resistance, it gives you resilience. You give it effort, it gives you energy. That's the deal your body is always willing to make. All you have to do is say yes. Now let's reveal the 5 powerful exercises that science says can actually reverse aspects of aging, not through illusion, but through biology. These are not fads or miracle routines. These are movements tested, tracked, and proven to activate the body's deepest repair mechanisms. Each one touches a different system: muscular, cardiovascular, neurological, hormonal, creating a symphony of renewal that keeps your body young from the inside out. The first is resistance training. This is the single most studied and effective anti-aging exercise we know. Lifting weights, or even using your own body weight, triggers a flood of growth hormone and testosterone, both of which decline as we age. It rebuilds muscle, strengthens bones, and enhances metabolism. Studies in the Journal of Gerontology show that just 2 to 3 sessions a week can reverse age-related muscle loss and improve brain function. Think of every push-up, squat, or lift as a message to your body: we're not slowing down. The second is high-intensity interval training, or HIIT. This is where science and time efficiency collide beautifully. You don't need an hour, just 15 or 20 minutes of alternating bursts of effort and recovery. The Mayo Clinic found that HIIT not only boosts cardiovascular health, but literally reverses some markers of cellular aging. It stimulates mitochondrial growth, increases oxygen use, and enhances insulin sensitivity. In short, it trains your cells to act young again. It's the spark that reignites your inner engine. Third, yoga and stretching. It may look gentle. The science behind it is powerful. Yoga reduces inflammation, balances cortisol, and improves neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and grow. A study in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience found that regular yoga practice increased gray matter volume in regions tied to memory and emotional regulation. That means better mood, sharper focus, and calmer aging. Yoga also restores posture and flexibility, 2 of the first things time tries to take from you. Fourth, brisk walking. Simple, yes, but don't underestimate it. A massive study in JAMA discovered that people who walk briskly live longer and show slower biological aging, regardless of their weight. Walking at a pace that raises your heart rate, strengthens your heart, improves circulation, and fuels the brain with oxygen. It's not just a casual stroll, it's a conversation between your body and vitality. If you can walk with purpose for 30 minutes a day, you are actively extending your youth. And fifth, balance and coordination exercises like Tai Chi, dancing, or single leg stands. These movements fine-tune your nervous system, teaching your brain and body to communicate with precision. Loss of balance is one of the earliest signs of neural decline, but balance training strengthens both your muscles and your mind. In older adults, practicing Tai Chi has been linked to improved memory, reduced anxiety, and fewer falls. It's movement that heals not only your body, but your confidence. Together, these 5 exercises don't just keep you fit, they reprogram your biology, they restore muscle, strengthen your heart, protect your brain, and keep your hormones in balance. You don't need fancy machines or extreme workouts, you just need consistency and intention. 20 minutes a day of any combination of these can shift your body's aging trajectory. Imagine your body as a symphony, each exercise playing its part. Resistance training gives it power. HIIT gives it rhythm. Yoga gives it grace. Walking gives it flow. Balance training gives it control. When they come together, your entire system begins to hum with life. That's the real science of reversing aging, not avoiding time, but mastering it through movement. Because the body doesn't crave youth, it craves challenge. And when you challenge it, it rewards you with strength, clarity, and longevity that no number can define. Let's talk about something that most people overlook when it comes to aging, your hormones. Because staying young isn't just about how your body looks, it's about how your body communicates within itself. And exercise, more than anything else, is what keeps that conversation alive and balanced. Hormones are the messengers of youth. They tell your body when to build, when to repair, when to rest, and when to recover. When you're young, these messages are loud and clear. Growth hormone keeps your muscles strong. Testosterone maintains energy and motivation. Estrogen and DHEA support your heart and skin. But as the years go by, those messages start to fade, and that's when you begin to feel slower, weaker, more tired, and less focused. Now, here's the breakthrough movement can reignite those messages. Studies from the National Institutes of Health have shown that regular physical activity can restore youthful hormone levels naturally. When you exercise, especially with intensity or resistance, your body releases growth hormone, testosterone, and endorphins. These are the same chemicals that keep you vibrant, focused, and alive. It's like flipping a biological switch that says, let's wake everything up again. Think about how you feel after a good workout. You stand taller, you breathe deeper, you feel more confident, more optimistic, more present. That's not just your imagination, that's biochemistry. Your brain is flooded with dopamine and serotonin, the same mood-boosting chemicals that keep your mind sharp and your spirit strong. Your body is pumping out nitric oxide, opening your blood vessels, and increasing circulation. You feel younger because in that moment, your body is functioning like it did years ago. The science backs it up. Research published in endocrine reviews found that resistance training can significantly increase testosterone and growth hormone in both men and women, even in their 60s and 70s. Another study from the Journal of Aging Research showed that consistent aerobic exercise helps balance cortisol, the stress hormone that accelerates aging when chronically high. Exercise literally rewrites your body's hormonal script, replacing the story of decline with one of renewal. This is why people who move regularly don't just live longer, they live better. Their mood is steadier, their sleep deeper, their skin healthier, their immune system stronger. Every time you move your body, you're giving your hormones a reason to flow again, to communicate, to repair. It's not about chasing perfection, it's about restoring balance. And here's something powerful: your hormones don't respond to age, they respond to action. Your body doesn't know if you're 30 or 70, it only knows whether you're moving or not. That's why someone in their 60s who trains regularly can have the hormone profile of someone decades younger. They've kept the signal alive. In the book Spark by Dr. John Rady, there's a simple but profound message: movement is medicine for the brain and body. Every time you exercise, you're creating a hormonal environment of youth. Your brain lights up, your mood lifts, your body repairs. Exercise doesn't just burn calories, it balances chemistry. So the next time you feel tired, sluggish, or disconnected from your energy, don't reach for another cup of coffee. Reach for movement. Walk, lift, stretch, breathe. Because the secret to feeling younger isn't locked in a pill bottle or a product. It's circulating in your bloodstream, waiting for your signal. Exercise is that signal. It tells your body, produce, restore. And your body listens every single time. There's another piece to the longevity puzzle that most people underestimate: flexibility and balance. You can have strength, stamina, even endurance, but if your body loses its ability to move freely and stay steady, aging begins to accelerate. Flexibility and balance are like the oil in the engine. They keep everything smooth, stable. Without them, your body becomes rigid, your posture collapses, and your confidence begins to fade. Now, here's the science: as we age, our connective tissues, tendons, ligaments, and fascia start to lose elasticity. This tightness doesn't just affect movement. It restricts blood flow, slows recovery, and even impacts how efficiently your brain communicates with your muscles. That's why stretching, yoga, and balance training aren't just gentle exercises. They're powerful tools that reprogram your nervous system and keep your body's wiring young. In one study from Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, researchers found that consistent flexibility and balance training improved not only posture and joint mobility, but also brain function in older adults. The reason balance challenges the brain to stay alert, it keeps the cerebellum, the part responsible for coordination and reaction time, sharp and active. This reduces your risk of falls, but it also strengthens your mental agility. When your body is stable, your mind becomes more stable too. Yoga, Tai Chi, and even simple stretching routines can create a profound anti-aging effect. Cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down collagen and speeds up aging, and increase blood flow to your skin and muscles. Your joints move more fluidly, your back straightens, your breathing deepens. You start to feel lighter, more graceful, more in control of your movements. And that's not just physical, it's deeply psychological. When your body feels balanced, your mind follows. I often tell my patients this: aging begins when movement becomes fear. When people stop bending, reaching, or twisting because they're afraid of pain or losing balance, their world begins to shrink. But the moment you reclaim your mobility, when you stretch, balance, and challenge your coordination, you reclaim freedom. You remind your body that it's still adaptable, still alive, still capable of learning. What's fascinating is how quickly the body responds. In one Harvard study, participants who practiced balance exercises for just 10 minutes a day showed measurable improvements in stability and coordination within 2 weeks. 10 minutes! That's how responsive your nervous system still is, no matter your age. Books like The Body Keeps the Score remind us that movement doesn't just heal the body, it heals the mind. When you stretch your body, you release tension not only from your muscles, but from your emotions. You literally unwind stress that's been stored for years. That's why practices like yoga and Tai Chi are as rejuvenating for your soul as they are for your spine. So if you want to move like someone younger, start by teaching your body to trust itself again. Stand on one foot while brushing your teeth. Do gentle twists in the morning. Reach for the sky before bed. These small acts keep your body's communication lines open and your reflexes alive. Because aging doesn't begin when your muscles weaken. It begins when you stop moving freely. Flexibility and balance aren't about touching your toes. They're about staying connected to your body, your environment, and your independence. When you move with balance, you move with confidence. And confidence, my friends, is one of the youngest things a human being can ever wear. Now let's turn to something that may surprise you: the way exercise rejuvenates the brain. Because aging doesn't just happen in your muscles or joints, it happens in your mind. As the years go by, memory can fade, focus can dull, and mental energy can wane. But neuroscience has now shown that the right kind of movement can literally reverse some of these changes. Exercise doesn't just keep your body young, it keeps your brain young. Every time you move, your heart pumps oxygen, rich blood through your brain. That oxygen fuels neurons, clears out waste, and stimulates the growth of new brain cells through a process called neurogenesis. This means that movement, especially aerobic activity like brisk walking, cycling, swimming, can actually grow new connections inside your brain. Think about that for a moment. Each step you take is like planting a seed of youth in your mind. A landmark study from the University of British Columbia found that regular aerobic exercise increases the size of the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for learning and memory. Normally, this area shrinks with age, which is why forgetfulness becomes common later in life. But when people started moving, their brains began to expand again. Their memory improved, their focus sharpened, and their emotional health stabilized. And it's not just about brain size, it's about brain chemistry. Exercise boosts levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, fertilizer for the brain. This powerful molecule protects neurons from damage, helps them grow stronger, and makes new connections. Higher BDNF means clearer thinking, better mood, and slower cognitive decline. It's the biological proof that movement rewires your mind for resilience. But here's where it gets even more inspiring: movement also heals the brain emotionally. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that exercise reduces anxiety, depression, and stress by balancing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the same chemicals that keep you feeling optimistic and motivated. In short, moving your body is one of the most effective ways to reset your mental state. If you've ever finished a walk or a workout and felt calmer, lighter, or more hopeful, that's not coincidence. That's chemistry. You just activated your body's natural antidepressant system. The book Spark by Dr. John Ratey beautifully describes this connection. Exercise is the single most powerful tool we have to optimize brain function. It's not just good for your mood, it's transformative for your long-term mental health. And here's what's truly remarkable: these benefits don't depend on your age. Even people in their 70s or 80s can experience new neural growth after beginning a consistent exercise routine. The brain, it turns out, is far more adaptable than we once believed. It's like clay. It can be reshaped, recharged, and renewed at any stage of life. So when you move, you're not only strengthening your body, you're retraining your brain. You're teaching it to focus better, to remember more, to feel joy again. You're giving it the chemistry of youth, one heartbeat at a time. Imagine that every step you take, every stretch you hold, every breath you control, your brain gets sharper, calmer, and more alive. It's proof that youth isn't just something you see, it's something you feel. Because when your brain is healthy, your entire world feels brighter. And that, right there, is how movement makes your mind timeless. Here's the final truth, and perhaps the most empowering one of all: you don't need to dedicate hours to feel younger, stronger, and sharper. Science shows that just 20 minutes a day, 20 focused, intentional minutes, can begin to reverse many markers of aging. That's it. The secret isn't time, it's consistency. A study published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine revealed that as little as 20 minutes of moderate exercise per day could reduce your risk of premature death by more than 30%. 20 minutes of walking, stretching, or lifting light weights sends a powerful biological message: keep repairing, keep growing, keep me alive, and your body listens every single time. You see, your body doesn't need perfection, it needs a signal. Just a small daily reminder that it's still being used, still needed, still capable. Those minutes compound like interest in a bank account. Day after day, they add up to stronger muscles, sharper focus, steadier mood, and a younger, more responsive metabolism. And here's something deeply human about it: exercise doesn't just rebuild your body, it rebuilds your relationship with time. Instead of watching the clock tick forward, you start to feel like you're taking some of that time back. You begin to notice the little things: your breath deepens, your steps feel lighter, your reflection looks more alive. That's not vanity, that's vitality being restored. What's truly remarkable is how movement transforms your identity. It shifts how you see yourself. You stop thinking, "I'm getting old," and start thinking, "I'm getting stronger." You stop avoiding effort and start craving it. Because once you experience what 20 minutes of movement does for your energy, your confidence, and your mindset, you never want to go back. In the book Atomic Habits, James Clear reminds us that small actions done consistently create massive change over time. That's the exact principle of anti-aging through movement. You don't need to run marathons. You just need to show up for yourself every single day in small but powerful ways. Walk with intention. Stretch before bed. Do push-ups against the counter. Take the stairs. Move your body as if it's a gift, because it is. Your body is a living, breathing reflection of your choices. And when you choose to move, you're choosing to live younger, because the real fountain of youth isn't hidden in some faraway place. It's right beneath your feet, in every step you take, every heartbeat, every breath. Every drop of effort is a declaration: I am not done yet. So start today, give your body 20 minutes, and watch as it gives you back years. Because aging isn't the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new one, written by your own movement, one powerful, intentional day at a time.